The drumsticks.
What's up, everyone? Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7, and here is the first episode, oh not really the first, the second episode for the Kraken 1/5 scale build. And yeah, it's time to get cracking with it. Pardon the pun. This guy.
Concentrating.
Let's have a
Kraken! Kraken!
Yeah, what do we got? Oh, that's bright.
Is it?
Yeah, no, just because of the sunlight.
Take a little bit of ISO it.
Now we were looking at the now pretty much just like a 1/8 scale
build.
car. Yeah, nothing too hard about it. We don't have to worry about a gas motor. Going straight to lipo.
You're putting all of a lot of this is going to be about, I'm guessing there's going to be shims in here, and there is.
Oh yeah.
And so a lot of this is going to be shimming up the the gearbox and the diffs.
Yep.
But how can we get cracking? What do you reckon?
We keep saying cracking for the Kraken.
Cracking on the Kraken.
But here's instructions. So the first step is easy. Just a basic. Well, it's got front and rear differentials like any like a 1/8, 1/10 scale car, and there's nothing much to them. So they're all nicely bagged. You would have seen in the unboxing video where I showed you what's in the bags and all that kind of stuff. So what we'll do, let's open one of these bags up and we'll get all the parts out on the screen.
Alright everybody, as you can see here, we've got a couple of bags and some free pieces. We've got the diff housing, the sun gear and the diff cup. On the other side, we've got the little spider gears in here, and obviously some shims and some O-rings. Just waiting on Steve to get the oil. Actually, here he comes now. Got it!
500,000 silicone oil.
Really? Is that what they suggest to use?
Get that up here, jumper.
Hey, jumper! Alright.
Let's get it open. Yep, 500,000 weight.
Give us a look at that.
Oil.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
Is that Kraken branded stuff?
Kraken! Yeah, well, it's Vecta.5. Vecta.5. So
Vecta.5.
must be.
Alright, let's do this.
Now, putting this thing together is pretty easy. It's like a Lego kit.
It's actually really easy.
These are all to scale.
To scale. So you just sit your pieces
Done.
on here. You can see that all of this is Gucci. You pull this one off, you'll see that that also fits there.
Yeah, it's really easy. And so, what we need to do
is follow
the cup,
order.
the bearing, put all that on. Now, where's that bad boy? There it is. Look at the size of that drive cup.
No, isn't
Open,
it?
open it up. Oh, here it is.
There.
Same thing.
Yeah.
There we go.
Look at that. Now get that up.
That's quite substantial, isn't it?
Oh, you don't have an X-Max one? It makes the X-Max ones look like it's a Lego.
X-Max.
Lego. Alright, so let's get together with this. We need obviously this big boy as well.
Okay, let's put this one together first.
Alright.
Yep, that's all. And everything you need is in the bags that are in the designated bags.
Just
Obviously,
making
bag
sure,
A.
I'm just making sure. Alright, so diff cup.
Diff cup. Bearing.
Bearing. Housing. Actually, let's do that way. There we go.
Nice. O-ring.
So then, O-ring.
O-ring seal.
Goes down on there.
Easy stuff.
Just make sure that's seated nicely. I'm just running my finger around it, turning it around, make sure I get all of that seated down in that channel in there.
So nothing leaks out.
That's right.
Really nice. And
In fact, I might get this little MGB. Sure.
let us know in the comments if you like these type of videos, guys.
We've told them before.
Yeah, they wanted.
They do love it. They've already told us they love it. They love it immensely.
Oh, that's nice then. And this is when you start. Now we purchased Lucre, went out and got these two.
They were really hard to get.
They
This
are.
one, the red one.
In Australia it is. So Loctite 263 and Loctite 243 is what the instruction manual recommends
so,
as well.
And the manual just has like a blue, a B, or an R.
Yeah, because if you go, there we go, blue and red. Pretty easy.
So it's saying to do, I'm guessing it's saying to do both of these at the same time.
Yep. That's generally what ×2 means.
Yeah.
Have you built Lego before?
No.
Oh my, what?
No, I've never built Lego before.
Alright, let's get going. Had a few people commenting about this little lightsaber you got going on here. Makes life so much easier. You know what? It's a bit deceptive. It looks thin and a bit cheapish, but it's not, man. It certainly bites.
It makes every other cordless screwdriver feel like a toy. It works well when it ratchets. It doesn't go duck, 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 duck. So when you're going into plastic,
yeah, that's really nice. There we go. Okay, that's done. So that's basically step one. Is done. So we'll make the other one off camera. Don't want to bore you too much. Boom. There we go. 1, 2 of the halves of the differentials, all done. Front and rear exactly the same. What are we doing now?
I got to do the assembly of the sun gear.
People don't know what's the sun gear and what's spider gear. So these are the spider gears. Or what's the other word for them? Planetary gears that spin around the sun.
Planetary gears, yeah.
So there we go there. And these seem quite nice quality. I don't know if they think they are powdered.
They're powdered, but they look hardened.
They definitely do look hardened. So there we go. So this.
After our experience with hardened steels of late. Oh, should we show them?
Oh yes. While we're on the gears, check out these beauties. So here you go, Carvo. Open that up for me.
We'll probably start with the little sucker.
Now these are all the same. Where are these manufactured? Who makes these?
Our good friends over at Fastlane RC. Obviously they made all of the 8mm shafted Mod 1 pinions for my X-Max.
Yep.
Luke Ray asked me if I could hit them up and see if they could get us some Mod 1.5 stuff. So, and here we are.
Well, that could power my Suzuki Swift. Check out the size of that.
If that could power your Swift,
that could power your Evo.
That could. No, I don't think so. maybe your partner's car.
Yeah, Mazda. Well, that does look. Yeah, that is quite heavy though.
Yeah.
Sweet, and they are double. What's that?
Double hardened.
And double grubbed.
Double grubbed as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Diff cup.
Diff cup.
Bearing. Check.
I don't know what all this stuff is on the bottom of this.
That's fairy dust.
Does that come off your table? No.
Maybe. Whatever.
No, doubt it.
Can't see from my house. No, it's not going to fall apart, Luke Ray.
Okay, so yeah, now the bearing has to go onto this, and then like that.
Yep.
Okay, so
O-ring.
there, little rubber gasket, dooba, O-ring, dooba, gasket, dooba, O-ring.
Sealer.
Oh, get it in the hole. Almost got it in there.
Oh.
She's almost there, nice and tight.
That's it, nice and tight. Yeah,
I like
put
it when
that in
it's
there.
nice and tight.
Not like a sausage down a hallway.
A little shim. No.
There we go.
No. Now we need. That's going this way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Done.
So, and that's all keyed, obviously.
And you know what? And if you guys don't want to watch it in 1:1 time, good thing about the YouTube, you can always speed up the playback as well. So
yeah, feel free to do that.
you can do that if you want. Speed it up. Some people like to. Can you believe, Carbo? Some people like to listen to us.
Yeah, I know. Whoa. Yeah. Free spinning. What? Here we are, guys. 2 completed sun gears. Yeah, these are huge, and there's a significant amount of resistance on them already. It'll be interesting to see how this all turns out. And here is the 500,000 CST silicon oil, and it's thick and gooey and tacky.
You know it's serious when you need a spoon to.
Plastic party fork.
Now this is so thick.
I don't. I'm just kind of standing around going.
Get out of here,
Okay,
mate.
I got it out with the fork. How do I now get it off the fork into the diff?
You know it'd be better if we had a little gun, but it doesn't include it.
Yeah, but the stuff I've got in my gun is probably a little bit too thin for this level of machinery. Here you go, guys.
That was nice and messy.
Oh, mate, that was painful, but we got it done. As you can see, everything's all working. Actually, I've just pushed it out a little bit. But
Yep.
once this thing goes in and pushes
it'll
down
seal
on
it.
that, it'll seal up nicely.
Right now, that's step 3. Step 4, we've got to put the gasket on. Can't forget the gasket.
Yeah. Gasket and 4 screws basically, and we're using blue
Same blue
locker
Loctite.
again.
And this is the other side of the diff. And the housing is finished. And that's all it is. So once that goes on, that's it. Hey, who's this guy? Hey,
There's Marcus.
Marcus, how you going? What do you got in
Also
your hands?
known as, what's your other name?
Midget. Alright, done.
1 diffage, 2 diffage. It's
Awesome.
a diff party.
So that's up to step.
With a difference.
Oh, up to step 4 now. We've done
Okay,
step
that's
4.
it. Alright, what's next? Step 5?
Step 5 is...
Oh, here we go. So the front
So
section.
this is installing, what's that? What do they call that? The crown gear or the ring gear or some business?
Right, let's get all the parts
I
ready.
don't have those bags, do I?
Right here, right there.
Right there.
I've got everything ready. So let's get everything out on the table and we'll see in a
Move
bit.
them aside.
This is pretty self-explanatory, very easy to do. So you obviously
Easy.
see the bearing.
Bearing. What's this called again? Crown? Crown gear?
Yeah, sounds good.
Crown gear. What do they say? What do they call it here?
Doesn't even have, not too sure.
It doesn't have it in there. Where is it?
Sure, someone in the comments will let us know. So, bearing on one side, bearing the other side, obviously.
Yeah.
Pretty nice, chunky bearings too.
Metal sealed.
That's strange.
It is. I was very surprised when I saw
And now,
it.
cup,
So now I need cup. Cuppy cup.
check.
And then this thing. And then a screw. Which way does it go? That way.
That's a thing, it's quite a substantial, look at the size of that. It's like a,
I don't think it goes that way.
yeah, there
I
we
think
go,
it goes
like a
this
grub
way.
screw.
Yeah, but it's like a grub screw with some sort of pin on it. It's quite...
Yeah, we have them, you use them in like a 1/8 scale as well, but that's just
Oh,
massive.
look at that. Yeah, it's massive.
I think you need a...
it's like twice the size of my largest bit for my thingamajig.
Right, so it's called a screw pin on the manual, so we need red Loctite for this one.
Yeah.
So we'll get all that ready. That's pretty much permanent, that stuff.
Yeah, you're going to need to add some heat probably to get that done. It also takes a lot longer to set,
Yeah.
right? So, you know, this is obviously this is not going to be run for a while, so it's not of a huge...
You want it to cure and set, right?
That's right, correct.
So there's a screw pin. It's basically like a grub screw with a pin, so a screw pin. And that's all you need to do, so put that through. Sorry if you can hear that banging noise. As you can see outside here, it's windy as hell in Sydney today. It's just banging my garage door around. And these are the included...
These are the
hardware.
included tools, because obviously we didn't have anything quite large enough for this particular application. Okay, and it's got a bottom, so you screw that all the way to the bottom.
Done.
It'll wipe
So that's
off.
basically step 5. Oh, no, it's not. You still got one screw at the bottom. What is that? Like a...
Like a little retainer, probably. Is this
Retainer
red as
screw.
well? Yeah, this is red
Yep,
as well.
so 2 reds.
Sorry, man, keep getting in the way.
Getting in the way of the camera.
Oh, well, you know.
Look at that wind out there.
Close up.
Alright,
So-
some red.
That's all it is.
What's the difference between the red and the blue?
Oh, well, if you'd been here 5 minutes ago instead of doing whatever it was that you were doing, you would have heard. Just need to tell everybody what it is.
Yep.
It's pretty much permanent, the red stuff. You'd need to apply a lot of force, a lot of torque, and a lot of heat to it.
It's generally for parts that you do not want it to coming out at all. And generally you're not going to be taking this apart,
Alright.
this particular part. Anyway,
And there we go. That's step 5. Well
step
done.
5.
Well
done.
done.
This is step 6, front section, basically attaching the shock tower, which is massively thick. I think it's, yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty thick, to the main front diff housing. Or diff housing, yeah.
Diff housing, bulkhead, however.
Yeah, front bulkhead.
Yeah.
And it's got this other part here, which I think is brace mount, which is for this particular part here. It looks like a lower A-arm, but it's actually a brace. It's plastic, but it is quite substantially thick. So all you need to do is just attach that to that. Easy stuff. Let's get cracking. Kraken!
Kraken!
I think that you know it's serious when you've got to use an impact gun. There we go.
The big tools.
Obviously, we're not crazy. We know when to stop. Done. Look at that. No Loctite here. This is just all going into plastic.
Yeah, it's
so
going into plastic. That's not going anywhere.
easy. That's why we're just using this. For. Easy.
So now these little doobers with KV3340. Which one's KV3340?
Look at the man work. That's basically step 6. The front or the rear half of the front housing for the
what this
diff.
screws for.
Pretty cool.
3346.
That'll probably be for the mount there. Sorry, the bracket.
That says 3347.
We'll figure it out. Step 7, pretty easy. Just one chassis brace. That's all it is. Plastic, but
Yep.
it's definitely beefy as.
Oh, everything on this car is beefy as already. It's heavy. It's hard to work on because it's so heavy. And awkward.
Perfect. There we go.
Tight, nice. So now, step 8 is...
That's it. So step 6, step 7 is
step 8
done.
is that. Yeah, there it is. That. You've got to have one more.
Oh, there's the,
now
missing
a screw.
The mystery of the missing screw. Okay, so step 8 is attaching the front sections and putting actual diff in the housing there, and also using the, as you can see, the aluminium front
brace
there. It's
this is a
huge.
little brace that sits down at the bottom that you usually anchor.
Yep.
Your front plate, your diff housing, all the rest of it.
And your
too.
suspension pins,
Your suspension pins
for the A-arms to go through there.
Yeah.
One thing to note, you have to make sure you put these in the right direction, because if you don't, when you put it all together, one diff will want to go forward and one will want to go back. So you've got to make sure they're in the right direction, and it tells you which way it is. So it's pretty basic stuff. Now you need to put grease on here, obviously. We're going to use the marine grease that we have. We're not going to use the one included in the kit. So like any 1/8 scale, 1/10 scale, nothing exceptional about it. That's all it is.
We need to do a little bit of clean-up around this before we get going.
Clean up some of the...
Clean up aisle 10. So a little bit of grease in on the, we're going to call it the ring or the crown gear, I don't know what it's called. And then we're going to seat the diff in over the top of it there.
The right direction.
Make sure, yep, that is definitely the right direction. You're going to give it a few runs, make sure you get some nice grease on it.
It spins really good actually.
Yeah, it does.
And now we'll put
Just a little bit more of this.
marine grease. It's a nice little gun you got there. Makes life so much easier.
It does, doesn't it? And just, I put a squirt or two in and then just keep turning it, basically.
That crunching is because it's not sitting flat. So
Yeah, there we go.
there we go. How about I?
Yeah. Wait, I'm holding the little...
Oh, you're holding it. There we go. That's all it is. So now, once we do that, we've got to encase it with a front section there. There we go. Sounds good. Once that gets all flung around. Nice. We'll finish that up and then we'll
Just put your hands there for me.
front section on there. And some more. It's hitting the... Nice. Now, you don't need to go like crazy with oil. Don't forget, it's just going to fling
Grease,
out
it's just
anyway.
going to fling out all over the
So
inside.
you want to make sure you get a nice even coating, that's for sure. No Loctite needed here. Because
And that
it's going
just
into
fits
plastic.
nice and tight.
Oh, yep, nice. And then where's our brace? Just here. You've got to put the brace on at the same
brace
time.
on first, and it goes the countersunk side towards this
Facing
dibber.
you. Yep.
Yeah. So 2 big long
Screws, put them in there. There.
there. Yep.
And lock it all in.
And these ones are going to need to be, use this one again. We're going to have to buy some more bits.
Larger ones, yeah.
Yeah, if I'm going to be working on 1/5 going forward.
Because you want to get a 1/5 scale now.
Yeah, 100%. I've wanted one for a while. I just haven't been sold on the Lossy 5T or the Lossy 5D. I've been playing with Lucre's Baja, as you saw on the latest couple of videos, and I really like that. I like the scale of it, but I'm still not sold on a rear-wheel drive. Like, it would definitely have to be an all-wheel drive, and it'd have to be something a little bit cooler than just like, you know.
Like the Kraken?
Yeah, like a Kraken. Not the Kraken.
What we'll do,
Kraken.
we'll test Lucre's, and if we like it, we'll bash the shit out of his one. You didn't hear that, Lucre?
I'm going to bash it. I'm going to send it. Send it!
Send it! Alright, there you go.
And there we have it. All assembled.
Smooth as butter.
Oh, dude, feel it. Touch it.
Oh, I like
Oh,
that.
do you like it? Oh, is it smooth?
Yes. Feels good. Alright, what's next? Just a little note here saying make sure these are all parallel, and that's saying with these holes, make sure these these holes are parallel, not facing upwards. So, like that. Alright, what's next? Let's have a look. Step 9. Alright. So
We're on to bag B.
bag B, so this is going to be the front drive shafts, and it's going to be the CVDs, or constant velocity drives, as they call it as well. So let me get bag B happening, and let's get started.
Back in a sec. Let's just move this out of the way. And here we have bag B. Look what we've got in here. Oh, wow. Look at those puppies. So that would be the lower A arms, I'm guessing, along with They're the steering knuckles. And here are the CVD joints. Then, wow, look at the size of that. That's like, I don't know, exact same design as the X-Max by the looks of things, but it's like 3 times the size. The drumsticks.
So you need to do this times 4, obviously, because it's a 4-wheel drive beast, and the little gudgeon pin. It's called a gudgeon pin, or is
Grub
it
screw. Grub screw.
Grub screw.
They're called gudgeon pins. This is called a grub screw.
That's it. So you know, there's a grub screw that goes right in the end to secure that pin there, so it does not move. And what colour did you use then? Red.
Red. And there's a flat spot on the pin too, so you want to line that up.
I'll show you one. I've got one right here.
You'll know when you got it centered.
If I can get. There we go.
Yeah,
Focus.
you just rock the pin backwards
Really
and
nice.
forwards as you're going, getting it in, and it'll eventually get in. The little grub screw will get into
So
that
basically,
groove.
that's what you're going to make 4 of.
So
4
you're
of
gonna
those
make
drumsticks.
4 of these drumsticks with divers on the end.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll keep going. We'll make some more.
And those stubs axles are one of the biggest I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're actually called stub axles.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're a stub axle.
So the stub axle.
Yeah, well,
like,
look, stub axle
yeah.
goes through the wheel knuckle with the knuckles.
It's a different design, like the one on the X-Max. They have the thread
Correct.
on the outside. All right, Carvo. Now, just clarify something. I know a lot of people in the States are going to be saying, "What the hell is a doober?"
Yeah, doober is universal Aussie slang for any implement, device, thing, or person.
We don't know.
You can't remember.
It's,
them.
that doober.
It's like, oh, that doober.
So we'll try to be more technical.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah. Okay, so
Pins in.
pins in. So you got these 2 thread carriers here,
Yep.
and you got to put the bearing which kind of captures them. So
What's it called? It's called a king pin nut.
Kingpin nut, and then the bearing captures them so they don't slide around.
Correct.
So you got rubber seal bearings in the steering knuckles,
Yep.
and that's all it is.
That's done now. So now slide this bad boy in.
Yep.
There we have it.
Okay, now we've got to do that twice.
So that's left.
Yep, got to do that for the right. Easy guys. Now just showing you that pin here is not going to go anywhere, because when it slides in there, it gets captured by the main bearing there. So that's cool. You're never going to lose that.
Never ever.
Right, so we've
So we've got some King Kong bushing.
King Kong. Yeah, they call, what are they called? Kingpin bushings.
Kingpin bushings.
With a, you know, that's normal on any RC. It's not like it's just special on this one. It's just supersized everything.
Everything is larger than life.
Yep. Slide.
Oh, now I've lost one.
Here it is.
Put it in for me, Steve.
Oh, well, let me just out. Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there we go.
Nice and close. Yeah, perfect.
Done.
Don't sit in there. It's actually tongue and grooved, which is even better. And these screws are the same length.
Yep.
So
Now we need Loctite for those ones. It's saying blue Loctite.
blue.
It's going in the top and the bottom, and you need to do this for the left and right. And that's all it is. That would be step 11. Step 12 will be attaching it to the lower A-arms, which are these behemoths. And if you want to check out my unboxing video, I showed you these in detail as well. Pretty.
He'll link it below.
I will link it below. Pretty massive. Now in the bag that we had in the unboxing, it's had a separate bag that said use in place of these parts, and it gives you a list of parts here. And there was one part in bag A, which is nothing too crash on. It was just these little end pieces here. But in bag B, which is the part we're up to now, is the lower A-arms. They recommend
important.
using these. You know, they're kind of important in the kit. They look identical. Not too sure
couldn't
what
tell
the
the difference,
Yeah, not
but-
sure what the difference is. Anyone in the watching can let us know in the comments. That'll be helpful. But there we go. There, left and right are all done. Now we need to attach these guys. We'll marry them all up together, and obviously we have these nice pins at the front, which are massive. Put them in there, easy. Use some Loctite, and we'll show you how it looks. So you've got all those hooked up, ready to go, left and right. And the next step for step 13 was upper control arm. Basically 3 parts. Oh, this, yeah.
When you've been
Just,
torquing it.
yeah. You have to make sure when you actually do this, because you are tapping it, make sure you hold everything straight while you're screwing everything in. So this gap in here is 8mm from the factory, or what it recommends from the factory. That's all it is. So now that's got to be attached up there.
I don't even know where it goes. Where does it go? It goes this way with a ball
That's it.
joint. We
That's
need a
it.
ball
So we've got to
joint.
pop the ball joint in, which are right here. Pop that bad boy in. Bit of force. I think you need some pliers for that,
I think
mate.
I'm going to need some. One side done.
All good.
Yeah, arms on.
Pop that in. Yeah. Good luck. Good luck popping that in with your hands. We use a little. What are they?
Clamps. Or
Clamps.
something.
8mm distance here. Which what they recommend from factory. You can always change it later on. But there we go. To the other side. And that's it. Bag C time now. We attach the upper and lower control arms. Everything gets well put together into one big piece. Now obviously we've got some massive ass suspension pins. Yeah, you would have
Look
seen
at
in the
them,
unboxing.
man.
They're like 5mm.
Dude.
So that's all it is. Put them all together. It's not much to it actually. All that holds it together is 2 screws that come right in the front, just here, and that's all there is to it. Just have to line everything up when you're doing it. All right, front
Have it.
section is done. I think next step is putting the shocks
Look
together.
at that.
Awesome stuff, but everything fits together really well. Just gigantic scale.
They're huge.
They are huge. But everything, it's like butter.
Oh yeah, mate. It meshes nicely. You can hear it's got that distinctive 1.5 mod
Yeah,
feel.
you can definitely do.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. I can't wait. That way.
So that was step 15 that we just completed.
Servo goes.
Step 16 is the whole bell crank assembly and the steering assembly and the servo saver. Really easy stuff. This part comes with the already. Well, yeah, you've got to make sure that's all undone. It comes all together with the spring. You have to separate it all and put these sections together, as you can see here.
I think that's just a packaging thing, Steve.
That's all it is.
Honestly.
They keep it all nice and.
Nice and
It
tight.
has got nice packaging, I must admit. So
Yeah,
far.
dude, well packaged, well labelled. It seems to be fairly easy to build these things as well. Like,
Yeah, it's like a big
don't
Lego
need a
kit.
degree in rocket science.
No, just a bit of patience.
And I was
just,
lying before. I've put Lego together before.
You have, yeah, I
It's
know
been
you
a
have.
very, very long time.
I love
Unlike
Lego.
you and Luke Ray, I
love
don't-
Lego.
I don't get that. I don't get that excited over Lego kits.
So that's all it is. There we go.
Okay, so there needs to be 1.5 mils escape on the top. So
Tells you here.
I've got a veneers tool.
I've got a veneers tool. That's 1.5 is about 1 fingernail. There we go. I got one as well. We'll put it together. You can always fine tune it anyway. The further you pull that down, the the harder it's going to be, and it gives pretty much no servo saver at all. It's like a stuck together.
Yeah.
If you leave it higher, it just
need
gives you
something
more.
to-
What do you need?
Somebody crank that for me, or something to put my hands in there.
Yep.
My hands are soft and delicate.
Oh yeah, it needs moisturiser. Yeah, basically the harder you turn that spring down, the more force it has and the less give it'll give you in case you hit something hard. That's it. All done.
Steering bell crank. This is all looking juicy to me. They have these little seats. Have we got another one lying around here? They've got these little seats that sit down inside the thread that stop you from screwing too far in and then stopping these things
Yeah,
from
like
turning
binding.
properly.
Yeah, binds too
Um,
much.
It's good. It's good. It's great. That's the last thing you want, to be sitting there going, oh, do I need to unscrew it? Another one schmidgen of a turn.
Smidgen.
One schmidgen.
All right. Next step we have. These look like turnbuckles. Yep.
Tie rods.
Tie rods, turnbuckles. So we'll get them. So
oh, actually, it's probably steering arm, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it is one steering because I only need one. So we'll do the steering arm. Get that sorted. And here is step 18, the whole front steering mechanism. It spins really nice and free. It's got
Yeah.
ball bearings everywhere, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, very nice.
Only step we need to do left in this one is attach the steering linkage. Super easy, and that just goes in this hole. Right there. Cover, there you go. That needs to be attached to here. That's the whole steering mechanism. Just slides in. As per the instruction, slides in just like that. Super easy. And all you need, you get the 2 screws here. 1, 2 at the top.
These two?
Yep, at the moment. That just locks it in. Obviously there's more once the chassis and everything gets attached to it, but that's all it is. Done. So, next step, left and right. Oh, here we've got a tool here for this as well. That's what that little
That's
red
that red
tool.
thing.
Little wrench that you get in the bag.
Oh, it's for turning rod ends.
Yeah, it's for turning rod ends, and it's also the.
We've already done half of
Yeah.
the rod ends we needed to do
Yeah.
now.
So that's for turning the rod ends, and it looks like, is that a wheel nut as well?
Yeah, wheel
yeah,
nut.
it is.
Heck
So
yeah.
it's a dual-purpose tool. So what we need to do is one turnbuckle. So we've got to do the left and right steering turnbuckles, and we'll show you in a bit. Gives you the linkage spacer, 46mm. The front steering linkage here, that was 25mm from memory. So now we need to do these two. We'll show you in a bit. Forgot to mention, Lou Cray finally, he did use his head and got the waterproof one.
Yeah, well,
He wasn't thinking. Well,
I
like,
wasn't
mate,
thinking. Why'd you buy
fair
that?
suck of the salve. Why would you, get this and not get a
Why would
waterproof?
you? Yeah, why would you buy the crappy version of the same thing? Oh, look at this thing. It's considerably light for what it is.
It's pretty juicy. So waterproof version.
It's very juicy.
It is.
It's very juicy.
Okay, now we set up the right
Steering rack and the bell
yep,
crank.
46mm spacing for the left and right. Just putting them in. All it is 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Button head on the outer.
Well, you can see that with
Countersunk.
they've got
Yeah.
they've got like a little
In the
groove.
inner. Pretty easy. You'll know when you got it wrong. But I think that will be it for this video. Next
I think
step,
that's enough, mate.
yeah.
We're a good quarter of the way through it all.
Next step will be bag D, and bag D is starting on the shock. So the front and rear
You
shocks.
could probably do that during the week.
Yeah, I could.
Steve, and get that ready for us for the next time.
Don't you love doing shocks?
No.
Alright, I'll do the shocks, but that'll be in the next video. So the shocks will be in the next video.
Do the plumber's tape trick. I
Yeah.
know it's not necessarily required, but I would do it anyway. It's just that guarantee.
We'll see.
I'll give you, we'll see.
Alright, so how do you reckon that went, Marcus? And
Went good.
cover?
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. What are you looking
I
for?
enjoyed it. Where's the... You've been hiding that behind you.
Yeah. But yeah, so far so good. Luke Ray, if you're watching, I hope you are, we're not butchering your car too much, but that's it. Steve here again.
Ciao.
Bye, everyone!
See you around. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, please leave them down below. And if you guys have built this before, let us know how you went with yours. But thanks guys. See you in the next video.